so bright takes us on a magic flight through the candy forest green, where unicorns are often seen. Stars that twinkle in the day make our troubles fade away. Story time, it's time to rhyme. With Yanny M we climb so high to a land where dreams unfold in colors bright and tales of gold.
Hello there. Welcome to Stories with Yanny M. I am Yanny M and I'm so very excited to have you here with me today. I hope you love today's story. It's all about a boy who loves space and has to fight to follow his dream of going to space. He also has his loyal and loving dog along for the ride. The book is called The Dog Who Danced on the Moon. It was written by the great John Boyne and illustrated by the talented Aisling Lindsay. Here we go. There once was a boy called Jeremy Grace who had a remarkable interest in space. He would stare at the moon and the stars in the sky, imagining life on the planets nearby. He was quiet and shy, very often alone, just him and his dog, spending time on their own. Maxwell, his dog, had both rhythm and flair, and rather than walking, he danced everywhere. He danced in the morning, he danced before dinner, he danced with the joy of a lottery winner. He danced on the ceiling, he danced on the bed, he danced in the bath and on Jeremy's head. At school, children laughed in poor Jeremy's face when he said that he wanted to venture through space, and even his teachers belittled his dream, which damaged his confidence and self-esteem. One evening he lay on his bed feeling sad, while Maxwell, the best friend a boy ever had, woke up from a nightmare, a world ruled by cats, and picked up his tux and his cane and his spats. He leaped from his basket and soared through the air. He danced on a bookcase, a desk and a chair. He did a quick jitterbug, then did the tango, a jumpin' Joe jive and a flamin' fandango. And Jeremy, watching the dog, felt inspired to follow his dream and be all he desired. When I'm a bit older, 8, 9, 10 or more, said Jeremy, feeling his ambition soar, I can be what I want, an inventor or cook. I can write a great screenplay, a song or a book. I can cross the Sahara, learn Russian or Spanish, become a magician and make bullies vanish, play football for one of the world's greatest teams. There's nothing to stop me fulfilling my dreams. And saying goodnight to his dog as he kissed him, he knew he would dream of the vast solar system, a life on an intergalactic space station with travel, adventures, and space exploration. Fast forward in time, just a couple of years, when Jeremy still dreamed of final frontiers, and everyone knew you could find the two buddies in libraries dancing and reading space studies. One day, As he studied a galaxy map, and Maxwell, for once, sat in Jeremy's lap, they spotted an ad saying, "Astronauts wanted, intrepid explorers, not easily daunted. The trip lasts 5 years. If you like, bring your dog, your squirrel, your zebra, your goat, or your frog." So they raced to the airport and boarded a plane, then travelled to NASA by taxi and train. We're standing by models of antique spacecraft. A general looked at the boy and just laughed. "This isn't a job for a child, I'm afraid. It's not like the video games that you've played." But Jeremy begged him to give them a chance while Maxwell showed off with a boogaloo dance, which made the man smile and eventually say, "If you pass all the tests, I won't stand in your way." When tests showed, despite having not gone to college, that no one on Earth had its much lunar knowledge, both Maxwell and Jeremy soon were installed on a spaceship the rocket designers had called Apollo 500. It soared through the sky at remarkable rates, flying ever so high, its occupants wondering what they might find when they reached unknown parts, leaving Earth far behind. They discovered new rocks and bizarre-looking flowers and fell asleep underneath meteor showers. They fixed satellites that were almost destroyed, having drifted in front of a large asteroid. Inspecting the craters on Venus and Mars, their faces lit up beneath clusters of stars. While Maxwell did ballet, the boys' observations uncovered some startling new constellations. But one day, a comet was seen from afar, a fiery threat, burning star after star. The astronauts studied their big space directory and drew up a chart of the comet's trajectory. It seemed to be heading directly to Earth, to Western Australia, the city of Perth. They had to direct it away from its goal, so Jeremy said, "What about a black hole? We could think of a way to completely distract it, and then, when it turns, we could try to attract it to somewhere that gravity holds it forever." The astronauts nodded and said this was clever. Then astronaut Jones said, "Your plan is astute, but how can we force it to take a new route? And how do we get it to turn even slightly? It's not as though we can just ask it politely." So Maxwell courageously danced from the rocket. A rope kept him safe. It was tied to his pocket. He kicked his legs high, and the debris in space flew away from the capsule and zoomed to a place where it vanished through from sight, making Jeremy say, "When you dance, all the space dust just floats far away." Next, Maxwell decided to dance on the booster. He first danced the moonwalk and then danced the rooster. The comet lurched left, falling into the hole, disappearing from sight, and achieving their goal. The Earth had been saved. And the people were cheerful and started to feel just a little bit tearful at how we fight wars and pollute every ocean. It's more fun to bunny hop waltz locomotion. Soon everyone felt we could better advance with storybooks, singing, performing and dance. And rudeness and bullying words were all banned. Instead, people helped others out hand in hand. The people who'd once said their boy was a fool, his teachers, the general, pupils at school, all had to think twice when they followed his pattern of travels from Earth to Mars, Neptune and Saturn. As for brave Maxwell, his brilliant CV helped make him a big global star on TV, and animals everywhere fall in a swoon when they hear of the first dog to dance on the moon. The end.